Hey, I'm Pastor Ken from LaPorte Assembly of God. I'm so excited that you're here. We're finishing up our camp. If you are watching this, that means that you have made it to day 20 of your post-Placid devotions. Great job. Today our reference is John chapter 20. So if you take a moment and stop and read John chapter 20, we'll be back in a minute to go through this devotion. Did you read it? Awesome. It can be really difficult at times to keep our eyes on Jesus, especially when we've never physically seen him. We all have moments where doubt attempts to creep into our hearts. John chapter 20 describes such a time for Jesus' disciples. Jesus had just recently died on the cross and was buried in a tomb. And the disciples were fearful and discouraged. I'm sure they were also a little confused. Things didn't quite work out the way they thought they would. We've all been there. However, in John chapter 20, we also read about Jesus being raised from the dead and appearing to his disciples. What a cool moment. But one of the disciples, Thomas, wasn't there. The others told him that Jesus had appeared to them, but he refused to believe it. They told him, "We've seen the Lord," but he replied, "I won't believe it unless I see the nail wounds in his hand, put my fingers into them, and place my hand in the wound of his side." Thomas catches a lot of flack for his response, but I think many of us respond very similarly when we face situations that make it difficult for us to keep our eyes on Jesus. Situations that make it tough to keep believing in what we know is true. It's easy to believe in Jesus when it's easy to see him working in our lives, but what about when we can't clearly see him? Will you continue to believe, or will we require some kind of proof as Thomas did? 8 days later, Jesus appeared to the disciples another time, and this time Thomas was with them. Immediately Thomas believes, but listen to what Jesus said to him in verse 29. Then Jesus told him, "You believe me because you have seen me. But blessed are those who believe without seeing me." There will be times where it will be difficult to see Jesus working in your life. Doubt and discouragement will try to creep in. I want to challenge you to hold on to what you know to be true. Don't let your feelings be the thing that guides you through the tough times. If you're going to do that, you may as well give up right now. Feelings are temporary. Feelings change, but the truth doesn't. God is always working on your behalf. He's always active in your life. Even when you aren't aware of it, Jesus Christ will always come through. He will never fail you. His timing is different than ours, but that's because it's better than ours. I don't know if you knew this, but God is smarter than us. He sees the full picture. We don't. God's timing is perfect and his plan is on purpose. Continue to trust in him. Let me leave you with two verses. The first one, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Faith is the confidence that we hope for. It gives us assurance about things we cannot see. In Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we'll reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. Have faith. Don't give up. Check back in tomorrow for more encouragement. Share this video with all your friends. #PostPlacid16.